Whenever new branches of mathematics arise, they initially look like mere games with numbers. However, eventually they turn out to be useful and often invaluable for advancing some new area of discovery or invention. It seems that all mathematics that we invent in our imagination are actually a discovery about something that already exists. For example, fractals don't merely produce pretty patterns, they describe the way that plants grow. And three-dimensional fractals are found in the distribution of blood vessels in our lungs. This kind of tie-up between mathematics and the real world is no longer surprising. Galileo first spotted the fact that the universe is written in the language of mathematics. Some terms in this language are so common that they have their own symbol, such as infinity, or pi, the ratio of a circle's circumference to diameter, or e, the exponential growth constant, or, most strangely, I, which is the imaginary square root of -1. We can now demonstrate practical uses for most of these mathematical concepts. For instance, pi for calculating circles, e for calculating compound interest, and even I, which is used to calculate the electric current needed to boil all the kettles during a World Cup half-time. We might reasonably expect that every new discovery in mathematics will eventually lead us to a new understanding of some aspect of the universe. And yet, infinity remains an exception. Infinity is a mathematical necessity, but it has no practical correspondence to reality. Of course, in the Bible, infinity is important because it describes the eternity of God in his infinite greatness. And in mathematics, infinity is implied in any system of numbers that can continue without limit. But in the world of the sciences, there's nothing that corresponds to infinity. We used to think that space was infinite, but the consensus now is that matter in the universe spreads across about 90 billion light years. Even the concept of the infinitely small has been abandoned. All matter is made of atoms about 10 to the minus 10 meters in diameter, which are made of quarks and gluons, and even light is made of discrete units, photons. So nothing can be shaved smaller and smaller infinitely. Perhaps mathematics and the Bible can help each other solve this conundrum that infinity is a necessary element of mathematics and yet it has no role in practical science. If mathematics does reflect reality, as it appears to do in a remarkable way, we would expect there to be something that does correspond to infinity in our reality. Now, we've seen that infinity is an important concept in the Bible, so could it be that God himself is the reality that is witnessed to by this mathematics of infinity? The universe has intimations of infinity in both the unimaginably tiny components that make up matter and its vastness of space and time, and yet it lacks actual infinity. But if we add in the fact that it was created by an infinite God, who will perpetuate elements of it, i.e. persons, that belong to this universe for an infinite time, then the concept of infinity gains a role in the reality of this universe. Infinity is an inescapable aspect of our mathematics and our thinking, and yet there's nothing corresponding to it in reality unless we acknowledge the reality of God. So although mathematics appears at times to be simply playing with numbers, it can teach us about reality. There's a remarkable correspondence between reality and the strange and complex mathematical concepts that have been discovered. It seems then that mathematics may not only be a silent witness to the complexity of God's creation, but a witness also to God himself. God bless.